I'm writing a novel now.
Oh, wow.
That I've been writing for several years. A novel is a whole other ball of wax.
Yeah, that's a beast.
Oh, my gosh. So I just reached out to a wonderful friend of mine who's a writing agent to get some editor suggestions, because now it's in like 7 separate pieces and I need someone to help me tape it together. But it's coming along pretty well.
Was that inspired from sitting down and working on the memoir, or was it like this was a story that was lingering with you?
You know, I went to college on a writing scholarship when I was 15. So it was the thing that I was doing. And then things got really crazy in my own life. My brother was 7 years older, and he was a drug dealer. And it was pretty easy when he was just dealing pot, even though it was, it was still classified as like in those days, it was still classified as a hard drug. But then he started dealing cocaine, and he got arrested with 15 kilos of cocaine, and he got 15 to life in Attica. And it was a really horrifically difficult time for our whole family because he got arrested. The FBI arrested him on Christmas Eve day, and they brought television with them and kicked in his hotel room door and brought him out on live television. And, our whole family's world, came to
You're shattered. Yeah.
Shattered. And, it had been coming for the couple of years prior to that. It had been really crazy. And as I said, I went to college when I was 15. So it was causing problems on my college campus. It was just his whole behavior was stressing me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And when this happened, all kinds of ancillary things happened around to my family. All kinds of dangerous things, all kinds of horrific things. And I wanted to leave and go to New York. I wanted to be a director, but, I had that troubling vagina. And so there wasn't a lot of opportunities for women to do anything you actually wanted to do. But I could model. And my mother saw Eileen Ford on the Merv Griffin show and thought, okay, maybe you can leave and maybe we'll let you go. Because I had scholarships to go far away from home, but my family didn't want me to leave because I was so young.
Yeah, and traumatized having, wanting to keep family close, I'm sure.
Right, so they wanted me to go to this college, Edinburgh University, that was pretty close to my home so that my dad could drive by periodically and make sure I was not in trouble. But that didn't really, 15 in college, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So when I was 19, they let me go to New York, and I started modeling for Eileen Ford. But still, we were kind of dealing with this huge crisis in the family that we were trying to keep. There was no social media, so it didn't really explode. And it never really exploded into my world because that happened way before social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in my book a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a really complicated and dangerous and nuts.
And so the novel
time.
sort of pulls from that area of your life.
And
wow.
I spent quite a bit of time, and I worked with a team, and I did a lot of interviews with my brother on film, because at some point I would like to release this.
Wow.
Where I sat and interviewed him in great depth about what it's all like, what it was like to be him, including what's it like to be in the police car driving up the road and seeing Attica in the distance, and that's where you're going.
Yeah, that's the final spot.
What's that
wow.
like? What's that like when they take you through? And what's the search like? what's your first day in prison in Attica like? And then at a certain point, he got put in solitary confinement. And then they put him in this thing called the box, where they put you in an actual box, not long enough to lay down, not big enough to stand up, and no bathroom, right? And they just put you in a box. And like, then he got put in a white collar work camp at one point, you know, and then he got out early and he was on parole for a long time. And then he came to live with me. And I tried to help him move into the world. But, you know, you can't get a job when you're a felon.
Yeah, that's hard.
There's no jobs because even though it's supposed to be you've paid your dues, there is no recidivism in the world. There's no, you did it, now you can go on and live.
There's no proper rehabilitation. Yeah.
No, because no one will hire a convicted felon. So
I'm in. Sharon, I want to hear this.
Right? So
yeah, it needs to be done.
I think it would be a really interesting documentary to see, but you know, you have to get people who will
talk,
who will watch it, who will buy it and watch it.